Hello and welcome to Hello News USA, your trusted source for global political updates and in-depth analysis. Today's top story: can NATO survive President Donald Trump's escalating push to take control of Greenland? President Donald Trump has triggered what many experts are calling the most serious crisis in NATO's history. His renewed demand for Greenland, a semi-autonomous Danish territory, and his threat to impose sweeping tariffs on U.S. allies have sent shockwaves across Europe and Washington alike. Trump has announced a 10% tariff on imports from Denmark, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, and Finland starting February 1, rising to 25% by June unless an agreement on Greenland is reached. European leaders reacted with rare unity. Emergency meetings were held in Brussels as fears mounted that NATO, the world's most powerful military alliance, could fracture from within. Diplomats warned that such a collapse would be a historic victory for Russia and China, and one of the most destabilizing geopolitical events in decades. The crisis is also exposing growing unease inside the United States. Senior Republicans have publicly questioned whether President Trump has any legal authority to seize territory from a NATO ally. Lawmakers from both parties are now discussing war powers resolutions to block any military action related to Greenland and to challenge the legality of the proposed tariffs. Former Vice President Mike Pence warned that Trump's approach risks fracturing America's strongest alliances, while Republican Congressman Michael McCaul said any military move against Greenland would effectively place the United States at war with NATO itself. Despite these warnings, the Trump administration continues to project strength. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stated that the U.S. is the strongest country in the world and suggested that strategic decisions like Greenland fall solely under presidential authority. Europe, however, sees this differently. Leaders in France, the United Kingdom, and Italy have stressed that national sovereignty and self-determination are non-negotiable principles. French President Emmanuel Macron drew parallels between territorial threats in Greenland and Russia's actions in Ukraine. While Greenland is strategically important due to Arctic security, missile defense systems, and rare earth minerals, critics argue that the U.S. already has military access through existing agreements, making Trump's aggressive stance unnecessary and dangerous. Analysts warn that continued escalation could lead to retaliatory tariffs, stalled trade deals, reduced military cooperation, and even the closure of U.S. bases in Europe, weakening America's global influence rather than strengthening it. For now, NATO's future hangs in the balance, caught between European unity, congressional resistance, and a U.S. president who views military power as a personal instrument. The question remains, will Congress, America's allies, or political reality stop Donald Trump, or is NATO facing its greatest test ever? This is Hello News USA, bringing you facts, context, and clarity. If you found this report informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Your support helps us bring you independent global news every day. Thank you for watching. Stay informed. Stay with Hello News USA.